Okay, so I'm back. We had to start over. But it's okay. Um Hopefully I'm sure you all will get this notification. But this is Soul to Soul with Ruby and James. And yeah, my apologies for the last live. We had to go ahead and start over. And James, I'm trying to send you an invite, and Facebook is uh tripping. Yeah, so James, I am trying to send you a request to join the live, but it's not giving me the option to add you. I did send you an invite at the beginning, so that's probably why. You might have to check your notifications. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. This is Soul to Soul with Ruby and James, and I am just waiting to bring James on camera. Yeah, James is just telling me you can't go live with me right now for some reason. I don't know. I got no idea why. No idea. I know sometimes Facebook be tripping and acting funny, because even when I do my lives with Allison, sometimes it takes a few times for me to bring her on. But yeah, I am. Yeah, and it won't even allow me to turn on my notifications to invite or allow someone to request to be in my live. So, um, hmm. Yeah, I don't know either, James. But it's cool. We gonna get this done. This happens. This is not anything that I haven't had happen before. So we're gonna get you on here one way or another. So, hello, Jason. Hello, Mr. Gill. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm actually waiting for my co-host, Mr. James, for him to receive his invite, because I did initially send one when I started the live. And I know sometimes with Facebook it does take a few minutes for you to receive it. Sometimes it takes longer than others, and I have no idea why. But once we get this going and once we get started, we will be talking about this thing called cuffing season that some people subscribe to, that some people participate in, that some people utilize. I don't. I don't subscribe to cuffing season, which is pretty much when it starts to get colder outside and the temperatures start dropping. Then people see this as a time where they really need to throw it out there. Hey, I need to cuff somebody for this season. Like I said before, I'm not trying to get cuffed for a season. No. I don't do that. And I know James doesn't either. So that's why I'm trying to get. Oh, there it is. Okay. James, let me know if. Hopefully you get it. So I'm waiting for. Hello again, sir. Well, you're
Yeah.
here. So, some short, quick introductions. I'm Ruby D, the goddess entrepreneur, author, speaker, internet radio personality. I like to have fun, and we have James.
I'm afraid to say something. It's gonna go out again. Wow, it's a mess.
No, we got this. Just come on.
Yeah, like I said, philosopher, lifestyle coach, soon to be author, all around fun person. I keep it real with people,
All right.
live and direct.
All right. So here we go. This thing called cuffing season. Me, I look at it as it's basically where people, not everybody, actually participates in cuffing season. But we know it's out there because I've seen it on my timeline before, and I'm sure James has seen it on his timeline, or people refer to it as this period of time where people are actively seeking to date someone when it gets around this time of year when it's colder and nobody really wants to be alone for the holidays. So that's why I look at it. Well, that's how I look at it. James, how do you look at this thing called cuffing season?
Pretty much the same way as you. Um,
Okay.
it's something that I mean, I've never done it. I've never participated in it. It's kind of dumb to me, but hey, you know, people get
Right.
lonely. People get lonely during this time of the year because the holidays start to ramp up. And they just want somebody there to fill that hole in their heart and their emotions, and
Mhm.
they want no strings attached because as soon as spring hits, they're
Mhm.
kicking them to the curb, and it's like, well, now I'm sitting down, I'm gonna act like I'm really single again. So it's just something that people who have experienced the pain and I guess the rejection and disappointment in relationships have come up with this workaround to kind of have a fake relationship in place. So
He said a workaround.
yeah, that's what it is. It's a workaround because
True.
because the person that they choose, they're going to do the same thing that they would in a relationship. They're going to go to the movies, out to dinner, have sex, talk about stuff. They're going to act like they're in a relationship, but it's just for a short period of time. Like I said, once spring hits,
Mhm.
you kick to the curb. I
Exactly.
mean,
And that's what cuffing season is.
yeah,
And
that's the
that's,
name
that's
season.
why I say, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's why they call it season, cuffing season. It's only for a season.
Right. Right. And the thing that gets me is that people really do this. And it's like, it almost to me is like basketball season or football season. It's like a sport, I guess, that, like James said, a workaround, a sport because it's only for a season and people actively participate in it. Like, okay, I've actually seen a meme where it says from this date to that date is preseason, and then James he'll be back to another date is when narrow down your options to like a few, and then at a certain date you pick a particular person that you're gonna go or that you're gonna participate in this cuffing season with. It's just like a competition when it comes to relationships. Once narrow your options down, you pick somebody, you all hang out like James said or whatever for whatever season, and then come um I think maybe around January or February is like right before spring is when people are like, okay, it's been fun, it's been real, but you're no longer needed. And it's just like, why do people do this? Why, first of all, why is this even terminology that's being used or utilized, period? Because, like I said before, first of all, if we look at relationships for just a season, then that's exactly what we're gonna get because intention is everything. Hey Pamela, hey April. Nicole says, don't understand why someone will allow someone else to be part time. Exactly. And yeah, it's possible that those people are afraid of commitment. It's possible that those individuals are not really looking for anything serious. It could be new terminology for booty call. I don't know. Like I said, um, I don't participate in it, but I do know that there are adults that actively participate in what's called cuffing season. Hey Tony, how are you? Thank you for watching. And I just don't get it. And from my perspective, cuffing season is like we kind of analyze it a little bit. Season is not permanent. It's only temporary. It's only a temporary amount of time. And then cuffing is just like, it refers to cuffs, handcuffs. Like you locking somebody down for a period of time. or whatever. And it's just like, okay, so really, what serious adult that really wants to be in a committed relationship, long-term relationship, and build a foundation towards marriage would actually participate in cuffing season? Not none that I know. I know not me. I know not James. And I'm just waiting for James to come back so we can get him back on video so we can get his perspective, some masculine energy up in this thing. But I will say he is in Virginia, and I know he said that they were having some bad weather. And y'all know Facebook be tripping sometimes, so my apologies about that. But he will be back soon. I know he will. And like Nicole says, not me. Exactly. And even when I think about the term cuffing season, then it also brings me to, I know you all have probably seen the meme floating around talking about, well, people using the term snack, calling people a snack. Ooh, she a snack. Ooh, he a snack. I ain't no snack, and I don't want no snack. First of all, my appetite is way too big for just a snack. I'm just gonna say that. And I don't want nobody looking at me and treating me like I'm a snack, because to me, in my mind, that's still temporary. And I think the way that people mentally and emotionally perceive terms like cuffing season or being a snack is basically, hey Summer, thank you for tuning in. Hey Michael, hey Indy. But when people use terms like this and actively participate in things as such, one, it's pretty much saying to yourself that you're not enough. You're not worthy of having something more permanent. You don't think you're good enough for something more permanent, and you only feel like you can. The only thing that you desire, or the only thing that you're worthy of, is someone temporary or something temporary. And like Nicole said earlier in the comments, may be afraid of commitment. If you're afraid of commitment, don't be out here trying to do short-term things, temporary things with people, especially if they want a long-term commitment. If you know that's about what you want, then you don't need to be participating in nobody's cuffing season. You need to be by yourself until you're ready. That's just how I look at it. And then for those of us who do want something long term, why? Because I know it is some people out there that probably do this, but if you know you want something long term, why are you even entertaining somebody who uses the terminology cuffing season? And by them using terminology like this, they don't want anything long term. And then y'all hanging out and you starting to like them and you start becoming attached. And then when you trying to make cuffing season a more permanent season or a more permanent thing, they out here telling you no, and now your feelings hurt because you didn't, you decided to ignore red flags instead of, paying attention to them. Jason says, looks like it's a way to keep their options open. The breakdown of the natural order of relationships between men and women. True. If you're not ready to settle down, then you shouldn't be out here hollering cuffing season. You shouldn't be out here hollering nothing. You should just be chilling by yourself and dating. There's absolutely nothing wrong with dating multiple people. I think when it comes to dating, some of us sometimes relate sex to dating. Just because you're dating somebody, that is not the same as having sex with somebody. You can date 10 people and not sleep with not nail one of them. And if somebody thinks otherwise, and if somebody feels otherwise, or if it's otherwise for you, if dating is equivalent to sex for you, then you should not be dating. You should just be out here having sex because that's all you're doing. Pamela says, I also believe that this comes from people not seeing their parents in long-term committed relationships. Many saw their mom with a different uncle every 3 to 4 months. So they see this as acceptable. And then Michael McBride, seasons change. Yeah. And it's just like, like Pamela says, it's something that's embedded more deeply within us, or within us that actually subscribe or participate in cuffing season, mentally and emotionally. And I'm still waiting for James to come back so that he can join back in this conversation. But um, I don't actually want to start this particular live over again because I've done it once, and Facebook be tripping. Y'all know Facebook be tripping. But yeah, y'all know y'all ain't got that many uncles in the world. You know how many kids your grandmama got. I'm just saying. But thank you, Pamela, for that input. And yes, great point, Michael. Like he said, seasons change, and it's just like, if somebody's actively participating in cuffing season, you're not looking for anything permanent. A season is very temporary. And for one, me personally, don't come to me talking about, hey, so I was deciding who I wanted my contestants or my participants to be for preseason. First of all, that's not how you approach somebody that you're really interested in. Especially if you really want to be taken seriously. That's not what you do as a grown man or as a grown woman. Hey, James, nice to see you, and I am sending you a request now. So, James is on his way back. I told y'all he would be back. See? Ta-da! Like
I
magic.
think if hopefully I think this fixed it. I think I finally figured it out what it was. We'll see.
Okay. Well, of course, I've just been talking and talking and talking, but we're gonna go back a little bit so we can get your input. We did have a few comments, so I'm gonna give you the opportunity to really, really. So we are gonna wait for James to come. And like I said, we're sorry. We apologize. Don't be looking like that. Do not
You
be
know
looking like.
what? I'm starting to think now that Facebook has it out for me because I was able to do a guest appearance on someone else's Facebook Live without any problems. But every
Uh,
time I try to do your Facebook Live, it cuts out like a minute talking about some thank you for joining, and do I want to continue to watch? I'm like, I wasn't even finished talking yet, and it just kicks me out. Like Facebook does not like me for some reason. I mean, I know
it
I've
don't
been in
like
Facebook
us.
jail a couple of times, but
Oh,
damn, like, I'd rather get some kind of like, really, I'm not understanding. You watch.
okay. Well, while we have you, Jason says, cuffing season is like a way to keep people to keep their options open. It's the breakdown of the natural order of relationships between men and women. And then Pamela chimed in and said, I also believe that this stems from people not seeing their parents in long-term committed relationships. And many saw their mom with a different uncle every 3 to 4 months, so they see this as acceptable. So, and then one last comment from Nicole. She says, yes, dating is the way to go. Also, I have kids and they are not going to see another man in my house and then gone. That's crazy. So, of course, we were talking about cuffing season. Mentally, that's basically saying that one, you're not ready for commitment. You don't want anything long term, and it's something very temporary. So you can go ahead and chime in on that while we still have you.
I mean, you pretty much summed it up. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It's a workaround because you've been so disappointed and hurt in your past relationships, but you still have the need for human companionship and interaction with someone on that level. And you kind of fool yourself into thinking that this makes sense. Let me go find somebody to be with or cohabitate with for a number of months because it's cold outside, and that
Mhm.
also, satisfy my little carnal needs and everything else. And then once that season is over, it gets warm outside. Now I can go back to trying to find me somebody dysfunctional to be with. I'm gonna kick you to the curb, you know.
Mhm.
And it's a defense mechanism, like a lot of things, because when people get hurt repeatedly, they try to defend themselves or protect themselves from getting hurt again. Sadly, they come up with a lot of games and trying to think of a good word to use not to offend people. They come up with a lot of bull crap to try to
I was
justify
gonna
their
say,
hurt
say
feelings.
whatever you want to say.
And I mean that's really what that is. It's like because you failed to heal from your past, now you think you're going to protect yourself by keeping everybody at arm's length till you're ready to deal with it. I'm like, that's not really fixing the problem.
Right.
Avoiding it is not going to help. You need to embrace it and try again and just make better choices. If like someone on a team, he goes out there to play, he makes a mistake and it costs him the game. He doesn't sit there and beat himself up and say, I'm not going to play this sport anymore. He goes back the next night and tries again. He just makes
Mhm.
a different choice when it comes to it so that he can succeed and win. People seem to want to just shut down all the time and just give up so quickly. And most of the time, it's because of the choices that you made. It's not because
Right.
everybody cheats on you or people lie to you. It's because you don't properly qualify people to make sure that this is somebody you even want to deal with. And that's because society has always taught us that dating is just a connection, it's just a chemistry, it's just a physical thing. That's all you need to worry about. And that's not true. It's
True.
so much more than that when you're trying to date with the purpose. Now, if you're just dating casually, then it doesn't really matter because it's just casual dating at that point, whether it ends or not. You know what I mean? But if you're
Right.
trying to date with a purpose, then you need to go into it with that same mindset when you meet these people. Stop being in such a rush to go on the date. Stop being in such a rush to bring them back to your house. Stop being in such a rush to do everything. Just take your time with it. And that'll help alleviate a lot of the problems that you're having. I mean, right now, I'm
Exactly.
not dating because I choose not to because I'm working on myself. I'm working on other things for myself. Now, that doesn't
Mhm.
mean that I wouldn't date somebody if I met someone that was stimulating to me, but it's just not a huge priority. And I think that's part of the
Mhm.
problem too, is that society has us wired to thinking that we cannot be by ourselves and be happy in this life. Everything is always
Right.
about trying to find somebody to be with to complete you, which is utter nonsense. That's just more control. Because if you can't
Right.
be by yourself alone and enjoy your own time, how you gonna choose somebody to be with and be able to enjoy your time with them? Because if you don't like being by yourself, what makes you think they want to be with you too? I mean, they want to be with you as well. So that's one of the
Right.
things, that I really talk about with my posts is learning how to love
Mhm.
yourself so that you
Mhm.
don't have to keep making these same choices and repeating these cycles over and over and over again. And the sad
Right.
thing about it is, you have one hurt person who have, their friends are hurt people too, and they all singing that same song and dance. All men suck, or all women suck, and da 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 and
Right.
da 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 da. And it's just like all y'all need to just sit down and shut up because all of y'all are hurt right now. You haven't healed, and you're making things worse.
True. Right. And then, you bring up a really good point because society tells us that we are less because we're single and we are more when we have someone. That's
Yep.
why, me at my age, I'm 37, I don't have any kids and I've never been married. And then, some people look at, oh, you don't want to be, wait a minute. First of all, who said I was sad? Who said I was mad? Who said I was upset? Or anything like that because I'm single and because I've never been married. No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me because I'm 37 and I don't have any kids and I've never been married. And if you think something is wrong with me, then you know what? You need to, that ain't got nothing to do with me, first of all, because
Nope.
I'm not over here suffering. I'm not emotionally and mentally unstable or anything like that. My life is peaceful. I am happy, like genuinely happy. And I have to tell people like, first of all, everybody don't want to be married. And just because you in a
Nope.
relationship don't mean you happy. Because there's plenty of
Nope.
people in relationships and they more lonely than I am. Actually, I'm not
Yep.
lonely at all.
Yep.
But you got
Loneliness is a
somebody
state of
there.
mind.
Exactly. You have somebody there that don't appreciate you, that don't want to do all this other stuff. Now, granted, I'm not talking about everybody's relationship, but hit dogs will holler. Don't holler on my post. Go somewhere else with all of that. But I'm just saying, don't come at me because, and say, oh, you 37 and you ain't never had no kids? What's wrong with you? It's nothing wrong with me. What's wrong with you for thinking there's something wrong with me?
That's the
Because of that.
problem. That's the
Exactly.
problem.
It's not like, eh, trust me. I don't know where people, or first of all, where did the term cuffing season even come from? I know it's been out at least a few years. And now I'm just like, the first time I was like, oh, that's funny. That's kind of, whatever. But then after I've seen people consistently use it, it's serious. Like, we not serious? Are we really serious about this? Because in my mind, that's basically you saying, I'm not good enough for somebody to want me for an entire year, at least, or longer. I'm only good enough for a season.
Well, when you
So,
are lonely and broken, that seems like, how they say, a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing.
yeah.
So for it seems like for people who are in that situation, they'd rather have that little bit of something during that time frame than to be by themselves during the holidays. I mean, trust, when I was going through my divorce, the holidays sucked because I was so used to having the other person there during the holidays for so many years. So then it
Mm-hmm.
came time for me to experience the holidays on my own. It was tough. I ain't gonna lie. It was really tough because you kind of get used to that other person being there. You get used to being in the environment where you're with someone and you're enjoying the holidays, blah blah blah, and then you go
Mm-hmm.
into now just you by yourself. It is an adjustment that you have to make, and it can
Mm-hmm.
mess with your mind. It can put you in that position of willing to settle for less just to have somebody during this time. You know what I mean? You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be going to you don't want to be going to parties and everybody's coupled up and you by yourself. You know what I mean? You don't want to be
Yeah.
going out to dinner with couples and you're the only one that's single. It kind of gets to you after a while, no matter how strong you are. That's why I say, loneliness is a state of mind. And
Mm-hmm.
also too, I had to learn how to give myself time to disattach from that need and that wanting to be with someone just to have someone there. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times when you have something missing on the inside, you try to fill it with anything you can, even if it's temporary, and it never works. You got to
Mm-hmm.
get to that place where you're okay being single, where you're not actively dating, where you're not actively dealing with someone, and understand that it's okay. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with investing in yourself. There's nothing wrong with working on who you are to be a better person. Because just
Mm-hmm.
because you get with somebody else who got something going on does not mean it's going to rub off on you. Because, like they say, not
True.
everybody was raised in love. A lot of people were raised on survival. And for a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people, that's how they survive, is attaching themselves to somebody else and living off of them. That's why they hold on
Right.
so tight when they do catch them cheating on them and abusing them, and just not even to that extreme, when they're just being an asshole, and just not treating them right. They will hold on to them because of that attachment that they develop. And they don't
Mm-hmm.
understand that that's not love, that's just attachment. When you start to love yourself, you're okay with being by yourself because
Right.
it's only whether or not you are with someone or not does not make or break who you are as a person. You
Exactly.
are a complete individual on your own. You're not sitting out here waiting for your better half. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff we've been told has got us where we are right now, and it's not working. That's why
Mm-hmm.
the divorce rate
And
was
it's
over
not working.
50% for a long time. So you can't tell me that it works when I'm looking at the overall results of the average person is it's not working. All that
Mm-hmm.
stuff they told us growing up is falling apart now. That's why a lot of people, especially my age, I'll be 45. A lot of us are going through divorces now. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
us are falling out of these long-term relationships because the way we got in them was just not a good idea. We chose the wrong person. And a lot of times
Right.
too, it's because people forget that you're going to change over the years. You're not going to be the same person you
That part.
was 15, 10 years, 20 years ago when you first got with them. You're both going to grow. Some go up, some go down. And then when you don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to effectively communicate with your partner, then one person will grow and the other person will just stay stagnant. And then you get to the
Mm-hmm.
point where now it's like, well, I want to go out to conquer the world. I want to start this business. I want to do this. I want to do that. And your partner's like, well, I'm good. And now you're
And
mad
that's it.
because they don't want to support you. They don't want to go on that journey with you. They want to stay where they at because they're comfortable,
Right.
you know. So there's
And
a lot of
that's
stuff that goes into it. And like I said, when you go through those experiences, it kind of leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. So then you're like, you know what?
mm-hmm.
I don't want a long term boo or whatever. Let me go find somebody temporary. Let me go get a companion for a little bit of time while it's cold outside and it's Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and the New Year, so I can have somebody to kiss when a ball drop, as a temporary fix. And then, like I said, when
Right.
the weather gets warm outside, now it's like bye, peace. It's been nice knowing you. Reapply next year, but I'm gone.
You
And
so
that's
silly.
messed up.
He said reapply next year.
Yeah, reapply next year. I got your resume. Yeah, I'm one of your references. Come on back next year if I'm available though, because they could be taking tryouts for everybody else too. So depending on what you did last season, you may not get to the next season. You may be ass out. So yeah,
But some people out here actively participating in what's called cuffing season. No.
yeah.
Anyway, but you did make a good point about maybe because around this particular time of year, that's when people are, more likely to feel lonely. And it's just like, well, let me make up something real quick. It's a quick fix, it's a workaround, so I don't have to be by myself. So I don't have to look at everybody else coupled up during the holiday season. I don't want to have to go to this holiday party and everybody else is there with a date, and then here I am again and I don't have anybody. Or either when
Yep.
you go to those family gatherings and everybody looking at you like you still single, you ain't bringing nobody else. Why you? I got somebody I can hook you up with. And then even one thing that we have to consider is like, do you really want to be with somebody different every single holiday season? What does that say about you? Like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but thank you everybody for tuning in to Soul to Soul with Ruby and James. We are discussing this so-called cuffing season, and thank you all for excuse me, tuning in. Thank you, thank you, Jasmine. Y'all, excuse me. I was sick a few weeks ago, and my voice is like 90 something percent back. It's not 100% back, and we lost James again. He will be back soon. but with doing that, or with discussing cuffing season, that I did mention earlier that it kind of puts me in the mindset, well, not in a mindset, but it also, when I think of that meme where people are calling people snacks now, it's just like that's kind of along the same lines of us using, or people using words that don't quite fit, but it's a workaround in a sense. It's just like, why do you enjoy being called a snack? Snacks are temporary. Snacks are just something, when we think about what a snack is, it's just something to get us through until the next time. Or a snack is just something temporary. A snack is something that we just enjoy for the moment, but we got a whole meal waiting somewhere else. Who really wants to be a snack? I ain't no snack. I'm just saying, I don't want no snack. Not when it comes to no relationship. Now, if we talking about a real, genuine snack, that's completely different. Yeah, I want a real, genuine snack because I like to eat. And I like to snack in between meals and stuff like that, you know. But, you know, ain't me emotionally and mentally and spiritually ain't no snack. So usually, well, thankfully, I haven't had anybody refer to me as just a snack because, like I said, even with the terminology cuffing season, with me being my age and the individuals that I hang around, the people that are in my tribe, the people that I associate with the type of mindset that we have, we just really don't use the terminology cuffing season and snack. If we do use those terms, we're using it in the context that we're using it now, as far as having a discussion as to why do we allow these types of terms, you know, to be given to us, and then we just run with it. It's just like if the first person that heard the term snack or cuffing season would have been like, that don't even make no sense, and wouldn't have pushed that on or posted that a particular post or meme referring to it, then that could have been dead in a long time ago. And it's just like, what we don't realize and what we don't think about is the mental game it puts us, it starts us to playing. Just like I said, when you think about a snack, what a real snack is, it's just something that we eat temporarily that, you know, that temporarily kills hunger. It's not anything that's going to sustain us. It's not anything significant that we really need. It's not anything that's permanent. But it's women out here like, oh, girl, he called me a snack. And this men out here actually, ooh, you a snack. I wish somebody would come up to me talking about, ooh, you a snack. You say you got a snack? Is that what you said? And what kind of snacks do you have? Because that's what I'm going to say. You know, I look at myself as being a whole meal, a garden or something. I need something a little way more permanent than just a snack. Because I'm not a temporary person. I'm not temporary at all. And we still trying to get James back. So I know James is probably working on that because, yeah, Facebook keeps kicking him off. And then he has to keep coming back. And we just going to keep rolling with it. We just gonna roll with it. You know, one of these Thursdays we're not gonna have any issues. But this is Soul to Soul with Ruby and James. I am Ruby. I'm waiting for James to come back. But we will be going live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, in which we will be talking about just different topics. For you all just tuning in, if this is your first time watching me live here on Facebook, I actually do regular live Facebook shows on Tuesdays and Sundays. I do Soul Sunday and Soul Sunday Reloaded with myself and Allison. And then I also do Soul Therapy with Tara every 2 weeks because that's my internet radio show. And when we record the internet radio show live, or when we do the live on air version of the show, then I also go live on Facebook. Any of these past episodes are Facebook Lives. If you're interested in watching, I've actually been going live since November of last year. So that's quite a few episodes. But you can subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll upload all episodes there of all the past shows. But with Soul to Soul, I actually just started this with James a few weeks ago because I felt that we needed some masculine energy. And James, I am sending you your invites. But yeah, I decided to start doing this with James so we can have some masculine energy and not all feminine. We like to get input from our brothers, from our men, from our kings. And we're still waiting for James to be connected and added back so we can go ahead and continue with our conversation. Come on now, Facebook, work with us. Please work with us. But thank you everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. even through all of the technical difficulties. And we just kind of with it. James, I am sending you your invite again. So hopefully you receive it this time. And welcome back. But I was right after you dropped her in the process, I was saying that cuffing season to me, when I see the terminology snack, it's kind of like on the same lines to me because somebody calls you a snack, we know that a snack is temporary. It's just um, a quick fix. It takes care of your hunger at that moment, but then that's it. I don't like to be called no snack. Would you be upset if somebody called you a snack? Hmm.
Not at all. I'm not a snack. I've never been called
You
a
ain't no
snack, so I don't
snack.
know. So I don't. I don't know how to answer that question. I've never been called a snack before, so. Oh
But I know you know what I'm talking about. I know
yeah,
you've seen exactly.
yeah. I don't deal with
You ain't no
snacks. I deal
snack,
with like
Jane.
seven. Fuck if I know. I don't. Nobody call me no snacks. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, yeah. I don't. Yeah. I don't get that kind of treatment. You may get that kind of treatment. I don't get that kind of treatment at all. Like, they don't say nothing to me. They scared to death most of the time. So I don't. I don't. Yeah. I can't relate to
They
that.
like,
Sorry.
oh, oh, okay. Um, but it still puts me in that same, it's like the mindset that a person is in that uses cuffing season is the same mindset of a person that uses terms like snack.
Oh,
So that's why I was asking because it's just like it's still temporary. It's still a
yeah,
quick
yeah.
fix. It's still a workaround. And it's
Right,
just like,
right, right. You rather have a
why
snack than a
use?
full 7 course meal? Yeah, I don't want to mess with you anyway because you ain't ready for this. So, yeah, I got you.
He said,
It's
y'all
all a
ain't ready for that.
mindset.
Y'all not ready for James.
I ain't ready for that. People always talking stuff. But hey,
You right. But then again, using terms like cuffing season, snack, it reinforces the idea or the mindset that you're not worthy of something more permanent, something more long term, something of substance. And it goes back to what society has basically I mean, it's running the ground with us as far as saying one, um, what did you say when you were talking about us feeling like we are we're not enough by ourselves and that we just have to have somebody, and sometimes what did you say, a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
even a little bit, you just want to taste and you're like, okay, that little taste, I'm satisfied because that's all I'm good enough to have. I'm not worthy of
Or that,
anything more than just a taste.
or that's all you can handle. Truthfully, not everybody's ready for all of that. That's part of the healing process. A
That's a
lot of
good
times you're
point.
not ready for a real relationship. You're ready for those pseudo relationships or that, situations that you get into. That's what you're ready for. That's why you keep choosing it. So when you're really
Mm-hmm.
ready for a real 100% relationship, then you start choosing people differently. You'll start doing it differently.
Right.
But until then, you just keep, like you said, them little small bite-sized snacks is what you're gonna keep going after, and you're gonna pretend that that's enough to satisfy your hunger. Like they say, eat a Snickers bar because you're not yourself. Yeah, keep eating them Snickers bars because you can't handle the full meal. I dig it. You know.
Right. That is a good point. Y'all out here eating snacks and saying people look like snacks and wanting snacks because you are not prepared for no 7 course meal. You don't want no garden. You just
Mm-mm.
but then mentally and emotionally, what does that say about you? What are you saying about yourself? And actually when you bring that up, it's just like maybe that's all you can give. you like, oh, I guess that does go hand in hand with you not being ready, but it's just like you
Yeah,
feeling like you want a snack because that's all you have to offer. And you can't get mad when don't nobody want just a snack. You can't get mad when
yeah,
don't nobody want for just a season.
yeah.
You need to go over there to
Hell,
the
I go through that.
season.
I mean, I go through
Huh?
that. I say I go through that because at times I don't want the whole meal. Because I just don't have the time for it. I don't have the
Mm-hmm.
mindset or the willingness to go after the meal. So give me the snack. I'm
Mm-hmm.
good. Just give me a little snack and I'm good and keep it pushing. But I'm okay with that because I can handle that. But you got people that are doing that and they really
Mm-hmm.
want more, but they're not ready for more, you know? So that's why I encourage
Mm-hmm.
people to take the time to heal themselves first before you start trying to find
Right.
somebody to complete you because that does not work. And if you think it does work, yeah, I got statistics. Well, I ain't gonna say statistics. All you gotta do is log on your Facebook timeline. You'll see that don't work because everybody's screaming the same
Exactly.
thing. So it's not working. We have to do something different now. Everybody, and
Right.
everybody seems to have a solution that's outside of themselves versus looking within to find a solution to their problem. And it's always the person in the mirror. It's the choices that you make and how
True.
you do things. And as long as you keep blaming outside forces and outside people, you're never going to get there. I don't care if you met somebody and you thought everything is going wonderful. I guarantee it's going to fall apart if the pieces are not there like it's supposed to be.
Time.
That's just how it
Exactly.
works. Some people will be in a relationship for 10 years and think it was successful, and then they back being single again. I said, how is it successful? You're not together. Because the end result is that you guys claim you wanted to be together forever.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is, going on close, trying to start forever, and you back single again. So what happened? You know, we have to start doing things
We
differently.
grew apart.
Hmm.
We grew apart. Which you know what? We probably should talk about that next Thursday. This whole I
That's a good
know,
topic. Yeah.
yeah, because I know it's been a few conversations that I've had or heard, and people say, "What happened with the marriage? Oh, we just grew apart." And then the next question is, "How do people grow apart?" Easily,
Oh,
but
easy,
we not
real easy.
we're not talking about that on this Facebook Live. We'll talk about it on the next one. So that's what we're gonna talk about: growing apart and how easy growing apart really is. And if somebody telling you can't nobody grow apart, tell them it's possible,
Oh,
especially if you've been through it.
that's just like people
But
that say that. You know what? That's
uh-huh.
just like people who say that true love never dies. And I be laughing so hard when they say that because I be like, then your definition of love is something that you saw on television you was growing up as a kid. Because love, like
Mm-hmm.
anything else, you have to nurture to keep it going. People
Exactly.
just have this unrealistic idea of love that they've been taught and programmed once again by society, which is why they have the results that they have in their dating and relationships. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that should be another topic too for another a whole separate topic, whether or not love
Right.
dies. So many people, I swear, they all sing the same broken record and same theme song that true love never dies. Once you love somebody, it's forever and nothing can change or happen. Because if it's true love, that's what it is. If it's true love, never dies. That's that. Yeah, that's a
Mm.
topic for another day.
We
Cause
will talk
yeah,
about that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
thank you everybody for tuning in to Soul with Ruby and James. And we thank you all for tuning in, even through the technical difficulties. It's okay.
We're gonna work it out.
We gonna get through this though. We said mainly what we needed to say, but we gonna get through this. We will be back next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we will be talking about growing apart. But we thank you everybody for your input, for your comments, for sharing the video, for your likes, your hearts, and for everything. Um, Like I said, if you want to catch any past episodes of any of my Facebook Lives, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search Ruby Davidson on YouTube. You can visit my website at www.thegoddessgrind.com. You can find me on Instagram at Ruby the Artistry. I also have Soul Therapy Radio, which is an internet radio show where I talk about mental and emotional health with my sister Tara. James, where can everybody find you? Or what services do you offer, sir?
You can find me, of course, on Facebook under Soulful Archer. The same for my Instagram page as well. As far as for the coaching, we have our program, The Rich Way. You can get to us either by calling me at the number 216-868-7424 and text COACH, COACH. You can also go to the website at www.therichway.life.
And there you go. We thank you everybody for tuning in to Soul to Soul with Ruby and James. Like I said, we will see you all next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we will be discussing growing apart. So hopefully we won't have all the technical difficulties like we had, but even if we do, we still gonna be here regardless. So James, I appreciate you. You know, just make sure you take care of yourself when the wind and rain and whatever else coming that way, because it ain't coming this
Yeah.
way. So you make sure your
Yeah.
phone charged just in case your lights go off or something. You never know.
Yeah.
So we will see you all
I
next
appreciate it,
Thursday.
Ruby. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.